All right, this is it. Well, here's the beginning of the world's cheapest drift build. V6 Mustang manual. The exhaust is chopped like halfway here. So it's not loud and it doesn't sound good if you're wondering, but it definitely has half an exhaust on it. So yeah, super cheap, manual. Thing's definitely gonna rip. It's funny because I was just filming that video on these, but yeah, here we go. The key out. Getting some paperwork finalized. How does this key come out? What is this? Oh my God, what is going on with all that? Oh, Jesus. Is this why? Like, how do you get the key out of the freaking thing? Oh, there we go. I was like, dude, am I that stupid? Shift knob is all loose. Handbrake. No radio. Said he's giving me the radio. There's like subs in the trunk. Those are definitely coming out. Okay. Little Mustang, little V6 action out here. As you can see, the hood thing is broken or something. I don't know how to, I just gotta pull that. I don't want to even pull this thing. I'm gonna ask him what's up with that. That's kind of sus, but you can see it is manual. So full interior. Pretty clean interior, to be honest. Everything's there. So we definitely have a sus radio install here. I'm not sure what's going on with any of that. That's all coming out. We got wood in the back. We got some subs, whatever these are. I can't even see the actual subs. There's the amp. The trunk does not hold itself up. Yeah, this is all getting ripped out. There's absolutely no way I'm leaving that in there. All right, so here we go. This is my first Mustang ever. We have a mysterious check engine light. Not sure what that's for. There's a little shake somewhere in the front end. Maybe the front right wheel is off balance, something like that. It drives pretty straight, so I don't think it's like alignment related. I think it's a wheel balance issue. I don't know if you guys can hear that. We got a little bit of a header tick. I kind of want to do a pull, but I don't want to do a one-handed pull and end up doing the classic Mustang second gear snap oversteer grab, and then I'm backwards in the opposite lane. So I have never owned one of these, and I'm gonna be honest, it kind of is sick. It feels a little bit like a fighter jet on the inside. Like the windshield line is super low. It feels like I'm playing interior cam on a Assetto Corsa. Like I have to adjust my POV settings. That's hilarious. So I'll try to get a little bit of a view of what I'm talking about here. So it's like a really like narrow windshield to look out of, but it seems okay so far, to be honest. I got to do a pull though. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to see. Let's see, how are the brakes? The brakes are pretty good. All the lights work. Wipers clearly work. He left me with a full tank of gas, 187K on this thing. So yeah, she's pretty old, pretty tired. I think it's a 2001. I honestly didn't even ask that many questions. This thing is so cheap that, how do I word it? I'm not trying to sound douchey, but it was so cheap that like any little tiny shit wrong with it, I don't really care about. But yeah, now I got almost a 2-hour ride back, something like that. So we are in the world's cheapest drift build. I'm pretty excited to get cracking on this thing. 2023, man. All right, first discovery I've made so far. Driver's side window works. Passenger side window does not work. I leaned over, I hit the switch on that side, also didn't work. Also, there's a crack in the windshield right there. I didn't see that before. But yeah, I mean, the interior is pretty clean, I'm not gonna lie. This wheel's gotta go though. This wheel is absolutely terrible to look at. I don't want this wheel. I gotta get a custom wheel, but we're doing world's cheapest drift build, boys. I did a little pull. It's really not that bad. It's quicker than the Lexus, I feel like. All right, I'll do a little pull right here. All right, we'll grab first. Oh no, we got like traffic piled up at the on-ramp. It's not that bad. I think this is gonna drift pretty good. I gotta be honest. It's got pep. It has pep. Fully matted. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. The shifter is so fucking sloppy. I literally cannot find like third, fourth, like it's just really, hold on, let me switch this. All right, we're back. We're doing sketchy, one-handed, driving with the knee. It just like, I'm in fourth gear right now. This is fourth gear. Look at how loose that is. Absolutely trash. But, I mean, dude, it kind of rips. It kind of rips, dude. V6 Mustang, super slept on. Anyone that's gonna say that a V6 Mustang is not powerful enough to drift is completely full of it. Yeah, so we were just talking about this on YouTube. I made a video called "This is the American 240 SX," and then I literally went and bought one. So I paid $2 grand for it, pretty cheap. You can find them for a little bit cheaper, but I wanted a couple things specifically. Obviously, it had to be manual, and I didn't want it to be rusty. The bottom of this is pretty clean. It's actually not that bad. So that was my only things that I really wanted, was not a rot box and had to be manual. V6 obviously is gonna be cheaper than V8. So can you get them for cheaper than $2 grand? Yes. I've seen them for 1,500 bucks rotted, but manual still. I've seen automatic, not rotted, for like 1,800, $2 grand, but I don't want auto. I did auto already. I had the GS400, it was auto. I proved that you could drift auto. It's really not that big of a deal. You could definitely hear the header tick pretty good when you're in fifth gear, just kind of cruising. I'm doing 63 right now, and there's definitely a little bit of a wobble. I didn't check the lug nuts or anything. I have no plates on it, so I'm not gonna push my luck here. I'm just gonna get this thing home in one piece, not beat on it too much, but it's not that bad. In my honest opinion, it feels snappier than the 1UZ GS400 did. I don't know if it's placebo because it's manual, like you're controlling it a little bit more, and maybe that adds to the crispiness. I don't really know, but yeah, I think it's gonna drift perfectly okay. And there's gonna be a lot of naysayers out there that are gonna try to tell me that a V6 Mustang isn't enough power to drift, blah, 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 blah. I don't really wanna hear it. I'm here to prove that it's driftable. Obviously, I gotta weld the diff, coilovers. I gotta do basic stuff like that first, but I think it's perfectly fine. Like I said, the Lexus drifted pretty good, and it was automatic, and this feels quicker. This really does feel like a faster car than the Lexus, so I don't really know. I'm excited to try and drift it on a real track, maybe mess around on the streets a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of a build here. We're doing the world's cheapest drift build, so obviously you could do it for cheaper. Yes, there's cheaper ways to do it, but when I say world's cheapest drift build, I want good performance still. I want manual. I want not a weak end, like, so one of these can be had for way cheaper than a Miata, nowadays at least, because when I first started drifting, you could get a running, driving, not rotted Miata for $1,200. That, no shot nowadays. You're paying $4 grand. You're paying $4,200, $4,500 for a rusty, clapped NA Miata. And I think this would absolutely shite on a Miata at the track. I'm just gonna go out and say it. Stock versus stock, a V6 Mustang's duking on a Miata, a V6 Mustang's duking on a 240. Stock for stock, obviously. You're gonna do a KAT, you're gonna do a turbo Miata. Yeah, now obviously those are gonna be better. But that's not what we're comparing it to. We're comparing it to like basically stock for stock because we're going for world's cheapest drift build here. So with today's drift market, drift climate, 2023, I want to still prove that you could drift for cheap. You don't need to spend 12 grand, 15 grand on a drift car to go out drifting and have fun. You could do it for super cheap. I'm gonna prove it right here to you guys. I'm gonna try to be into this build for, let's see, coilovers, maybe angle, hydro, a seat, stuff like that. I wanna be into this thing for under 4 grand total for everything. So, and that's not counting wheels. If I want to put some baller wheels on it or whatever, that's obviously doesn't count because you could drift on the stock wheels if you really wanted. That's just for style points. But yeah, I know I made that video, American 240 SX or whatever, and a lot of people were saying, oh, it's got like truck suspension in the rear, it's got like 4-link or 2-link, whatever. I don't know any of that mumbo jumbo. Yes, it has a truck axle in the back. Not exactly a truck axle, you get what I mean, but it is a straight axle in the back, and Yeah, it's gonna handle a little funky. I'm already used to it. Like, I don't know, how do I word it? I don't think it's gonna be an issue for me. I really don't think that it's gonna be a learning curve or anything. I don't think I'm gonna have any problem whatsoever with the truck axle in the rear of this thing. I think it's gonna be perfectly fine to drive. I'm not worried about it. In fact, I'm excited. I'm excited to get in this thing and rip it.
Stay in the left 2 lanes.
Stay in the left 2 lanes. Thanks, Apple. Anyway, yo, Mustang bros, what's up, dude? Just kidding. I promise I will not make a habit of that. I'm not like super excited to be in a V6 Mustang. Let's just be honest there. You got to kind of suck up your pride a little bit to be driving one of these things. But I want to prove that you don't need to ball out on a drift car to... Jeez, that dude in the Camaro was flying. I want to prove you don't need to spend a lot of money to go drifting. And yes, it's a little bit about the car, a little bit about the car setup, but for the most part, it's driver mod. A good driver can drive any car good. So that's what we're gonna prove a little bit with this build here. V6 Mustang, world's cheapest drift build. We got a little bit of a drive back to Connecticut. Dude's out here absolutely hauling. I'm doing the speed limit. We're doing 65, but there's definitely a little bit of a shake. I think, like I said, the front right wheel is super off balance, or the tires straight up flat, one of the two. It definitely looked low, but I didn't bring a compressor, full tank or whatever, 3/4 of a tank, I should say. I didn't really want to stop in town and hit a gas station. And it's getting kind of late out. It doesn't look that bad on the phone here, but it's definitely getting dark out. So I think we should be good for a nice smooth ride home here. Here we are. Back in CT. So we made it. Yeah, it's becoming nighttime. Nothing crazy to report. I have not found any more weird quirks yet. Just kind of, just trying to get back here. But yeah, I mean, I guess that will be the end of this video. With all that being said, no, I'm not gonna quit the sim videos. I know that a lot of people don't like the sim videos, but I like filming those. So, I mean, if that's where I lose you, I'm sorry. It was nice to have you, but I'm not gonna stop doing that. But yeah, definitely stick around for this. Stick around for the world's cheapest drift build. And when I say world's cheapest drift build, I'm talking 2023, paying retail price for the car. There's gonna be some dude out there that's gonna be like, oh, my uncle's nephew's cousin's sister's brother-in-law has a doctor whose cousin's friend sold him a V6 Mustang for $300. Yes, I understand. Situations like that do actually happen. I get it. But I'm talking normal people. Facebook Marketplace. Like, what is the actual going price for the vehicle? Obviously, you're not getting nothing JDM manual drift ready for $2 grand. So V6 Mustang, in my opinion, is the last non-tax drift car that will at least give you good performance. So yeah, I guess with all that being said, peace out. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 5.